This is the only video you will need for your consulting interview prep, period. Especially if you're short on time, maybe you've got an interview in 2 weeks, or you just want to prepare efficiently without spending months grinding through cases. Hi, I am Kashish Malhotra, co-founder of Gradnext. At Gradnext, we have helped dozens of candidates crack consulting interviews at BCG, McKinsey, and Bain. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to prepare when time is not on your side. Look, if you're watching this, you're probably in the final round, or maybe you've already done a first round of interview, or maybe this is your only shot. Either way, you don't have months to prepare, you have days. This video is about case interviews. Yes, there are other parts like fit questions and PEI stories, but let's be real. Case interviews are 70% of what stands between you and offer, maybe more. So let's not waste time and let's get right into it. Before you dive into frameworks and practice cases, you need to understand something critical. What are these firms actually looking for? Most people think it's all about problem solving, know your frameworks, crack the case, done, right? Wrong. There are 3 things that these firms are evaluating you on. And most candidates focus only on one. First, problem solving. Obviously. Can you break down complex problems logically? Can you identify the real issue? That's table stakes, right? Second, structured communication. This isn't about using fancy vocabulary or throwing around, consulting jargons. It's about being clear, concise, and easy to follow. Think about it like this. If your interview has to work hard to understand what you're saying, you've already lost them. And third, adaptability. Can you adjust when the interviewer throws you a curveball? When they push back on your structure, when new information changes everything? That's what separates good candidates from great ones. And here's the thing, people spend 100% of their time just on problem solving and ignore the other two completely. And that's why they don't make it. Alright, so how do we build on all 3 skills in just 2 weeks? Think of this like training for a marathon. You wouldn't just run 26 miles every day for 2 weeks straight, right? You'd have a plan, build endurance, work on speed, rest strategically. That's exactly what we are doing here. This is a sprint, but it's a smart sprint. Let me break it down. First step, build the fundament. You're going to spend 2 days on each of these 5 frameworks. 1, profitability. Second, market sizing. Third, market entry. Fourth, growth. And fifth, mergers and acquisitions. Now here's how each 2-day block works. On day 1, start by learning the framework. Don't just memorize it. Understand why each element matters. What questions does it answer? When would you use it? Do 2 practice cases, and this is critical. You need to practice with the right person. A person who knows what they're doing, or ideally a coach. Bad feedback is worse than no feedback because you're learning the wrong habits. Third, analyze like crazy. This is the part everyone skips, but it's most important. And after your cases, do these 3 things to analyze. First, review your performance. What went well, what didn't. Second, use ChatGPT to get industry insights, understand revenue drivers, cost drivers, supply chain, etc. And third, identify patterns. What would you do differently next time? The entire process will take about 4 to 5 hours. Yes, that's correct. But remember, this is a sprint. You have 2 weeks, not 2 months. Here's what day 2 of each framework would look like. Read 2 cases. Pick cases from the geography you are applying to. If you're interviewing in India, read Indian cases. US, read US cases. Context matters. Second, do 2 more practice cases. You should already feel much more confident than yesterday. And third, deep analysis again. Same process. Review, research, and refine. Another 4 or 5 hours. Now you're starting to build this as a muscle memory. By the end of 10 days, here's what you have done. 20 practice cases across 5 frameworks. 10 to 20 cases read and analyzed. Deep industry research on 10 plus industries. That's a lot of cases. But here's the catch. It only matters if you're improving with each one. Now you might be thinking, great, I'm ready. But hold on, you've only covered about 50% of what you need. Step 2, building advanced skills. Here's something most successful candidates don't skip. In your actual interview, the case probably won't fit neatly into profitability or market entry. Real cases are messier, more ambiguous. So frameworks are helpful, but they're not enough. You need to think about cases by issue type. Every case, yes, every single one falls into one of the four issue types. First, diagnostic cases. Find the root cause and provide a solution. Example, a retail client's profits are declining. Why and what should they do? Or let's take another example. A manufacturing plant's productivity has dropped by 30%. What's causing it? These cases are like being a detective. You are digging and finding what's really broken. Second type is go no go cases. Should X do Y? You need to make a recommendation here. Should our client acquire this competitor? Should your client hire BCG as a consultant? Or any case where you have to give a decision. Think of this like advising a friend on whether to take a new job or not. You need to weigh in pros and cons systematically. And third, brainstorming or ideation cases where you need to generate new ideas. For example, how can an airline attract more business travelers? Or what new revenue streams could a newspaper company explore? This is where creativity meets structure. You are not just analyzing, you are innovating. And fourth are estimating cases. Calculate a specific number, right? You've already covered this with market sizing, so you're good here. So here's what you do from days 11 to 13. Do 2 cases of each of the first 3 issue types. That's 6 more practice cases. Read a few casebook examples for each of these types. Most people around you, they're still just practicing frameworks, but you're learning to think like a consultant regardless of what the case throws at you. This is what makes the difference between getting the offer and getting that will keep you in mind for the next time email. This is the last day. You need to rest and refine. Think about how athletes prepare for a big game. They don't practice the day before. They rest, they review their playbook, they visualize success. You're going to do the same. Spend the day before your interview reviewing all your feedback notes, your framework summaries, and the industry insights you've gathered. Don't do any new cases. Don't cram, just refine. By now, you have done 25 to 30 cases with detailed feedback. You've studied 20 plus industries. You've built instincts you didn't have 2 weeks ago. You are ready. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. 2 weeks is tight. It's a sprint. But if you follow this plan, if you put in the work, get the right feedback, and stay disciplined, you absolutely can crack this interview. The difference between getting in and not getting in, it's not being the smartest person in the room. It's about being prepared, being structured, and being adaptable. And now you have the blueprint to do it. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. We post videos every week on consulting prep. Good luck. You've got this.